The next topic we're going to discuss on Boxing Bros is Turki Alalshikh is interested in a Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia rematch. So he stated this on Spaces on Twitter. So you know, Twitter, people enter these spaces and they have a discussion. Turki Alalshikh was speaking with someone about that, and we're going to listen to what he had to say because he said a lot of interesting things, and we'll discuss that. So let's listen to what Turki Alalshikh had to say.
I spent a bit of time with Ryan Garcia, and I was very surprised and interested.
He called me yesterday.
What are your thoughts?
First of all, I like this guy, and second, I want to do big fight with him, and he asked me to do the rematch between him and Haney, and we want to see this fight.
I would love
But
to see that fight.
but I will tell you my situation now. I was the minister of sport in my country, and after that, the minister of entertainment in my country. Uh, I am against the drugs and against everything about it. I said to Ryan Garcia, you must pass the test and clear yourself, and I am waiting for you. And this is fair. He have a suspension in America. He can do something in Saudi Arabia, but I will not do it in Saudi Arabia. I will respect the suspension. But if he solve his problem, we are ready to do something with him.
All right, and so that was from Charlie Parsons' Twitter space called the Stomping Ground. So that's where Turki made that statement. So, bro, you already said he's interested in the rematch, but he doesn't want to bring Ryan to Saudi Arabia because of the drugs and all those things, and that goes against what they stand for. But he said if Ryan can get clean and he's willing to do the testing, he's willing to put on some fights with him. So, what's your reaction to what Turki said?
Turki Alalshikh want Devin and Ryan's cheeks. He's a big old freak. I let y'all know this every week.
You should put that on repeat.
Oh man. Actually, I have nothing bad to say about this. Shout out to Turki Alalshikh for standing on business, man. He's saying that he's gonna respect the American rule about the suspension, and he's not for the drug stuff, and he's willing to give Ryan a second chance to make this fight happen. I don't see nothing wrong with it. I think that's actually probably dope. He said as long as Ryan's clean, that's what we all say, you know. A lot of how you feel out there, you know what I'm saying? I'm not here to sway you anyway. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? If you think he was on sun or you don't think he was on sun, if it was contamination or it wasn't, you know what I'm saying? Turki Alalshikh is willing to give him another chance to give him a bag and make one of the biggest fights happen. If Devin really wants that fight, you know what I'm saying? It comes down to if Devin really wants that fight. He said that Ryan called him. Ryan wouldn't mind getting another big payday, you know. But dude, Devin and his ego wants this shot. I feel like Devin is not going to stay at 140. I think Devin's going to 147. And that's what he's going to be. And his next move got to be his best move. You know what I'm saying? So there's the Ryan thing. I don't. It's all on Devin. But shout out to Turki Alalshikh, man. I thought that was dope. You know what I'm saying? He's saying he's gonna honor the whole suspension thing, but he's up for making the fight happen if both guys, because both guys is on the up and up. Because I'm still putting an investigation out on Snack and Victor Conte. You know what I'm saying? I got some things going on. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking that we need to put a documentary together on Eye on Victor. You know what I'm saying? And Snack. But yeah, I'm not mad at this whole thing with Turki Alalshikh saying that he would love to make the rematch. Why not? Everybody would love to see that. It'll put a lot of discussion to bed on what really was so, that night.
Starting off right out the gate, I have no issue with what he said. I respect what he said. However, I don't think it really matters in the grand scheme of things, because personally, I feel like they're actually making a bad business decision if they do the fight with Turki. I'll clap them cheeks. But here's why I'm saying that. If you're Devin Haney and you have Devin Haney Promotions, Devin Haney Promotions has always been in conjunction with Matchroom and someone else, and they were responsible for the loss. See, that's what Eddie Hearn was saying. Like, Devin has Devin Haney Promotions, but he wants Matchroom to be responsible for the loss. So that's how they get paid off of Devin, because they're responsible for the loss. So they want to take a percentage of the revenue. Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney is so big, the rematch, that if Devin Haney just promotes it himself, Devin Haney Promotions, all he has to do is go to a network. Excuse me. Go to a network. Say it could be, he has history with ESPN. He has history with the Zone. Although if you go with the Zone, at this point, Turki Alalshikh has his hands in with all these other networks, which is a way he can freeze someone out, which is another reason why we were saying it's dangerous to give one man so much power, in addition to other things that people don't consider like human rights violations. Like, I hear one person say, like, oh, anyone who doesn't like Turki Alalshikh is because he's making their favorite fighters fight tough fights. Nah, do your research on the situation. I'm not going to keep getting into it. Then this isn't to bash Turki Alalshikh or whatever. I'm not trying to down Saudi Arabia as a country, because I got into this with a few people because I made a video and then all of a sudden it mysteriously got taken down. Yes, America has history of violating people's civil rights, and that still happens to this day at times. The difference is America doesn't use sports to hide it. America doesn't bring in all the biggest sporting events to make you forget the fact that there's some bad stuff happening in America. In fact, America just throws it out there. Everyone knows. It's not a secret. America puts it right in your face and still tries to rip off its athletes at the same time. America isn't trying to use sports like everyone's saying, like, oh, America's so great, they put on the best sporting events. They're not using it to mask something. That's what's happening with Saudi Arabia. So when I point that out, there's a lot of people who want to shoot back and be like, oh, well, there's things happening in America. One, I will never advocate that America is perfect and it's great. The difference is when I wake up, I'm truly free in America. I can buy land. I can buy anything as long as I have the money for it. I can tell anyone in America to kiss my A and not be beheaded. You understand? Go ask 81 people what happened to them one day in Saudi Arabia. Oh, you can't, because they don't have heads anymore. So what I'm trying to tell you is, like, you got to understand what I'm talking about. And if you're just looking at it simply from a perspective of boxing or whatever, that's cool. You can do that. You're not obligated to look at the bigger picture. But some people do look at the bigger picture. And once again, I get things are done differently in other countries. But to me, I can't overlook the fact that when I see a major sporting event put on by Turki Alalshikh, that there's other things that are not being talked about. And there's even people from his own country or people from Saudi Arabia who highlight that. You should go look at it. Go research sports washing, Saudi Arabia. Look it up. I tried to put it together for you, but it gets taken down because they don't want that to be exposed. So anyway, Devin doesn't need that on his side. He doesn't need to sell his soul to sell this Ryan Garcia fight. All he has to do is get with a network, get a network that's willing to put it on, promote the fight himself. Him and Ryan split the proceeds 50-50. Now, you don't think that fight's going to come close to doing 1 million pay-per-view buys at $80 a watt? Plus the gate? Everyone's been talking about this fight. This fight's one of the biggest fights that can be made in the history of boxing. Why does he need Turki Alalshikh? Because no one wants to take the risk of the loss these days. So they want to get some from Turki, and Turki doesn't really care about making a profit, because look at how much money he spent to put on that Crawford card, and look how much money that Crawford card made back. And ask yourself, why would anyone want to take as much of a loss as he took on that Crawford card? Because people are still talking about the Crawford card and not talking about what's happening in Saudi Arabia. And they do that with golf. They do that with soccer, or what you call in the UK football, but I'm from America, so to me the real American football is the real football. I don't want to start no beef. I don't want people. This is the people. I'm just telling you, in America we grow up calling football, American football, and we grow up calling what you call football soccer. So anyways, the point that I'm making is they don't need Turkey for this fight. Fighters should start trying to be their own boss out of the gate. And if you can do that, that puts you in position to be Floyd Money Mayweather. See, Floyd Money Mayweather was Floyd Money Mayweather because he bet on himself. He paid to get himself out of Top Rank's contract, became his own boss, and then he took on risky fights until he put himself in the driver's seat. People got it backwards now. They want to be in the driver's seat and still end up becoming the shot caller. You can't do that. Canelo's the shot caller he is today because he took the tough, risky fights and he won most of them to put himself in the position to be in the driver's seat. Everyone else now, you're never going to be the boss if you keep bending the knee to people, if you keep looking for people to fund what you're doing. You got to think bigger. If I'm Devin Haney, sure, it's great Turkey wants to work with you. But if you're going to do this Ryan Garcia rematch, you don't need Turkey. Devin Haney Promotions, get a venue, get a network, YouTube, put it on yourself. This fight's practically promoted on its own. Get the bread, split it with each other. You'll be set for life. That's the way you got to think when you're thinking like a boss. So it's great what Turkey said. I respect it, but they don't even need Turkey. And that's what these fighters don't realize sometimes.
Nah, you got a point right there, bro. You got a point right there. Sometimes they don't have to bend over. Talk about Turkey. You bend the knee. You don't have to bend the knee. You're absolutely right. And everybody, I want y'all to go check out Caden's page on YouTube, simply titled Caden. Go check that out. Welcome. This is the Boxing Bros. Please like and subscribe. Check us out on Instagram and Twitter. And please check out our podcast on all major streaming services. Like I said, check out Caden's page, even though they're going to keep on erasing his videos. They tell them. Go check out his page, simply Caden. We the Boxing Bros.